content creators Sergio Innes, as well as members of the Dream Boys. We've got Devin Short and Brandon Beck, as well as media personality and CEO of Special Effects Media, Danilo Spama-Quisto, also newly married. You should add that to the title too. They join us to chat about what their future holds for TikTok and just where TikTok is going in general. I think it's such an interesting time that we're really living in right now, but I want to bring it back to collaboration. Now, this is a tale as old as time, but I think it's often missed when it comes to platforms. Other creators doing collaborations with them, brands also. I mean, can we talk to this a little bit? Sergio, maybe I can start with you.
Well, yeah, I think being able to connect with creators and try to share different or try to bring a new story to different niches, I think is quite nice, right? Yeah. Is when I might do something that's related to menswear. I collaborate with someone who's purely based on photography. How we tell that story is where really interesting stuff starts to happen. And of course, working with brands is a great way to tell a brand story in a place that people may not know about.
And also in an authentic way too.
In an authentic way, yes.
Often when we consume branded work, it's like, oh, okay, I know what I'm buying. But when you tell your story in a way that I might not have thought about, that's something else. Have you guys thought about collaboration?
Yeah, we've collaborated with a few other content creators, and it's nice also because you get different kinds of you get their community, your community coming together. So it's quite nice.
But I think it's important to collaborate in other ways. No more gatekeeping. You know what I mean. Share information. We need to there needs to be no gatekeeping. You know what I mean. We need to share how we feel about certain things, talk to each other. I think that's really important.
Forums for that are critical at this stage because collaboration is the fastest way to grow as a creator because you're tapping into communities that already exist with trusting other communities. I think that works really nicely. But there's always this thing that, oh wait, if my audience get to know you, will they leave me and go to you? And it's really just, it's a fallacy. It just doesn't, it's not true. Creators should share some of their audiences together because I'm watching them anyway, regardless whether you introduce them or not. And you introduce it to each other, which I think works really nicely. And so collaboration is a fast way to grow as a creator, and also recognizing that it brings new creative ideas to your audience as well, which they really love. Yeah.
Stay fresh, stay new. Also, it gives him the cosign, right?
Correct.
If I see that Danilo's on you, I'm like, okay, Dream Boy said he's cool. I'm going to jump on this bandwagon as well, which I love. Let's talk about trends for TikTok for 2025. I mean, it is a fast-growing, if not the fastest-growing platform. Sometimes I even struggle to keep up. I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I've been scrolling for 3 hours. I've consumed so much content. My brain is on zero right now. So where is this going?
I know a little secret fact that it's happening in the industry behind the scenes of TikTok, but all platforms, is a big move away from UGC, user-generated content, to PGC, professional-generated content. And so what I think you're going to see this year on TikTok is people starting to use more professional gear, better cinematography, better editing to be able to bring these stories to life on the platforms, especially for those that want to educate and entertain. Because although the entry point is really low on TikTok, it's really easy to get in and to produce your own stuff. I think consumers are wanting a bit more effort put into this thing as well too. So PGC will be a big thing. And I think as well, we're so exhausted. Users are so exhausted of watching so much content. So I think curating your stuff, adding value will probably be it. Maybe slightly longer form. As you can see, they're moving towards longer form content, more live streaming. I think we are wanting to have a little bit more immersed time in content. I would say. I don't know what you guys are saying.
I agree. We've actually dabbled in a bit of longer format content.
And how did that do? Did people receive it well?
No, it went well. I mean, I was happy with it.
What's your watch time analytics?
No, please don't ask me that. Devin knows.
Sergio, you were going to jump in.
No, well, it's interesting because I've been doing that. I've almost been doing that all along. So I stuck to my guns. I was like, I always shoot things very professionally, the editing, etc. So I've stuck to my guns from that point of view because I believe that's true to who I am. It's not really that it's my brand, but that's who I am. And I've always gone quite long because I feel like you need time to tell the story. I'm not trying to cheat you into kind of, oh, you know, you just saw this. So it's good to know that maybe my time's just about to come. So
exactly.
After 15 years.
Year 14, it really hurts.
Yes, I made it. Oh, I love that. Okay, when using the platform of TikTok, sometimes there are things you're like, oh, I wish that this was, something I could use, maybe an app, maybe an edit. Is there any sort of thing that you think could be added to TikTok that would really elevate the experience? And if you could throw it out there. I mean, you guys use TikTok every day.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I was thinking about it actually today, is something that I thought was interesting. I don't know if it worked, you can tell me. But maybe if it was narrowed down, so you post, but it would really narrow down your region to in your area. I think that could be quite cool. because I know TikTok is very algorithm based in terms of like if you post, in Cape Town, your Cape Town audience will probably be better. But it'd be interesting to see if they could narrow that down. I don't know if that would be of any value.
In terms of your reach, where it
yeah,
would go.
yeah.
Or they call it geo-blocking, so being able to like set a fence around where
Yeah,
your
that would
content
be
is seen,
interesting.
Right.
so that I can produce. If I'm talking about Cape Town, I'm not going to mention the weather because Joburg might not be experiencing the same weather, and so just be more unique and personal to the audiences that you can deliver on. I think that's quite cool. My biggest one. Monetization for creators, just simply because I understand the challenges of the platform as well to ensuring revenue. YouTube still managed that game really well, and creators are incentivized for producing long-form content that people really love engaging with, and they share in the earnings. And I think creators are feeling like, whoa, I'm getting so many views, I'm going viral, but I'm not making any money, and they can only make money through brand collaborations. And I think at some point, if we want to keep incentivizing more creative talent to produce better quality content consistently, help creators earn money. And there are models. I just think it's going to take time. Our territory is not the biggest earning two platforms like that in the world. We must understand that as well. But I think eventually that will encourage more South Africans to create.
Oh, and we want you to create indeed. But also, for people to even get out of those starting blocks, we need a bit of advice sometimes. Sometimes you just need to get up, girl, and get that content going. So what advice would you give to people? I'm going to start on this side, Brandon, and work my way through.
Perfect, because I got one in my head already.
Okay, cool, great.
We spoke about the whole day, but just consistency. Like, you can do anything, and as long as you do it like each day and you're passionate about it, I think your work will shine through. So just consistency.
Like we said earlier.
Don't take mine.
Yeah, I'm going to touch on that. Like we said earlier, like literally me and Brandon, we used to sit down and every day, like we used to meet at a certain time, finish at a certain time and be like, we're not leaving.
And fight most of the time.
We're not leaving until we come up with a concept, we come up with a plan, we got our video structure, we know when we're filming. Like we worked it as if it was a job.
Yeah.
Even though we were doing other things, like, okay, we want to do this, let's do it properly, like let's focus on it and let's, and we've kept that the whole way. And we still do that. So I think that's something is like, if you're going to do it, treat it like a business, treat it like a job. And if you want it to be a job, but maybe that's the only way it will turn into one.
Correct.
Beautiful. Consistency, treat it like a job. Danilo?
Mine is going to be passionate, please. I think one of the things I spot with content creators generally is that they want to do it for the fame. And I think it's really important to recognize that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a thing that you can just do overnight because you can't get a job right now. And I understand the economics are hard, but if you're not passionate, the energy does die. And I think just be passionate enough to want to create because the world needs more passionate you. And if you're passionate about something, bring that to life on a platform like TikTok. It's built for that, but just don't lose the passion. Do it because you're passionate, not because you want to make money or be famous.
Oh, I love that. Sergio, lasting words.
Look, I mean, I wish I had a unique one to add, but I mean, I have to agree with all
Cop
the guys,
out.
and it is exactly that, though. But it is that if you don't love what you do, it comes across.
Yes.
People can see when you're being inauthentically you, and I think when you're being inauthentically you, people switch off. And it is that if you don't love what you're doing, you will not stand out, and that is the only way to stand out.
Correct.
I love that. Be authentic, be passionate, treat it like a job, if you will, and also be consistent in every single thing you do. Guys, thank you so much, Brandon, Devin, as well as Danilo and Sergio. You've been excellent, and I'm sure that you've walked away with a couple of little tidbits that you can definitely incorporate into your life. And more entertainment is coming your way in the form of Empire. They're going to greet you after this break, so don't go anywhere.
Oh, you can make my